1970. Okay. I think.
All right, we're back on. We are back on.
Sorry about that, guys.
Hey, everybody. We are back on.
You go from abortion to tax returns, and people just
They knock you right off. I know.
Spectrum just gets real mad at you.
God forbid you talk about tax returns.
Right.
So
California. All candidates would have to release 5 years of returns to California's Secretary of State. So, okay. There, as was discussed on Jason Lyon's show, Mr. America, the Bearded Truth, there are 3 things you need to be president.
So, oh no, that'll be the next one.
Okay.
Yeah. So you have to be
natural born citizen.
Yes.
36, 35, 36.
35. Well, yeah, 35 or older.
Yeah, 35 years old. 35 years old or older. And you can't have been president for 8 years.
Yeah, that's with the 20, whatever the lame duck amendment is,
right.
Whichever 20 something. They're adding that you would have to release the last 5 years of returns to get to the California Secretary of State in order to get on the ballot. This actually was passed before a couple of years ago, also to try to get Trump. But Moonbeam, Governor
Jerry Brown.
I was calling him Moonbeam. What was his actual name?
Jerry Brown.
Jerry Brown, Governor Brown, Moonbeam. He vetoed it because it's probably unconstitutional, and he thought it was a stupid thing. But our the California Governor Newsom, no E, is being coy about whether he'll sign it or not. We shall know soon enough. But that will definitely be stupid.
That will definitely get challenged like immediately.
It also is kind of stupid because Donald Trump's chance of winning California is not 0, but it's pretty darn close to 0.
Yeah, that's the thing that I'm like, why would you take him? Like, he's not going to win the state. Well, actually, California passed the popular vote.
Oh, the NPV thing. But here's the thing. If you've pledged to throw your electors behind whoever gets the national election, then that would still hurt Trump because he wouldn't get the votes. He'd still get a lot of votes in California.
Right.
He'd lose it, but he'd still get a lot of votes in California.
Right.
Like a Republican still gets a lot of votes. They're probably one of the highest numbers of votes that they get in any state is in California just because it's so highly populated.
Right.
So that would hurt their national vote. Okay, so I can see why that would actually hurt. That actually makes sense from a political standpoint. Why they would bother doing it.
You're going to lose Colorado because you won't win the popular vote. You won't win the popular vote without California. So Colorado signed the NPV.
Yeah.
Or voted Colorado. I think Jersey. And man, there was like 5 states did it. I can't remember the others. But they all voted to do the national popular vote. So that would actually hurt Trump because he wouldn't be on the ballot. So there would be no
so he'd lose all those votes.
Right, he would lose all those votes.
No, meanwhile, from what I've heard, and again, this is, the Constitution limited our government. Supposedly the Constitution, there's something in there about interstate pacts can't be made through subverting the constitutional process, because otherwise states could just go around the whole thing and it would make the Constitution even more worthless than some have argued it was on my show. So if that's the case, this would be a perfect example of an interstate pact. If you want national popular vote, you pass a constitutional amendment to get it.
Right.
Otherwise you're doing it illegally. You got to go through the legal process, guys. You want a national popular vote, you got to get in line and go through the legal process. So we'll see whether they sign it. That'll be yet another stupid thing that people will be fighting over. So we will update you on that as well. Hopefully we'll find out about mushroom legalization before that.
Yep.
So guys, this next segment is brought to you by
That would be Shane Sweeney.
I'm sure you're right.
Uh,
This is the segment that we're closing out on. Guys, you may be worried about the state of this country, where we're headed as a people. Well, I got good news for you. Anchor FM. No, I've got some good news for you. There's a light on the horizon, a new hope, because New York Mayor Bill de Blasio could very well be running for president, making him the 743,812th person to announce that he's running as a Democrat for this election cycle.
in other election news, two polls came out today, and Biden is in the stratosphere compared to everybody else. He has somewhere between a 35 and 42 point lead over the second place Bernie Sanders, followed, and so no, Buttigieg.
Oh, we're just going all.
Beto has dropped down. Beto is like 5th or 6th now. Elizabeth Warren is in 4th place, followed by Kamala Harris in 5th, and then Beto, and then Booker.
In the era of peak woke new left resist #resist, the guy leading what is ostensibly their party nomination with a bullet is the pro-Iraq war, pro-Clinton crime bill,
Pro-civil asset forfeiture,
anti-marijuana legalization, forget mushrooms. Well, maybe he likes mushrooms, I don't know. Kitty toucher.
Anti-Me Too movementer.
Anti-Me Too, the personification of the anti-Me Too, briefly pro-segregation candidate, but his allies have come out to assure everyone that was just for political reasons, that he was pro-segregation. Oh, and by the way, you can trust what he says now. It's totally not for political reasons.
Right.
Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen, is pretty much the man who cancels out every leftist criticism of Donald Trump in one person. This, if that holds, and he remains the nominee. Guys, remember how the left acted when Hillary was becoming the nominee, and how they acted afterwards? Imagine it's a guy who's older and likes to sniff women's hair and not apologize for it.
And hold and hug children inappropriately.
Hold and hug children. And just says stupid things. This is... So boomers are responsible for Donald Trump being president. This guy sounds terrible. Who are they talking about? Joe Biden.
Joe Biden. Former VP, Joe Biden.
There's someone here that says couldn't hear you, Spike. Well, I thought I said it pretty clearly. You? Let's see that $5.
You can PayPal us at muddywatersfreedom@gmail.com.
At gmail.com. You? And so the boomers on the right love them some Donald Trump. The boomers on the left
love them some Biden.
Apparently love them some Biden. Yep. And don't care what their kids and grandparents think at all.
Right.
Or their black neighbor.
So well, I mean, they're not going to be neighbors. They're going to be segregated. No. Biden just entered, so he just officially entered. So he's getting a boost from that.
An even bigger boost than he already had.
An even bigger boost. I do think that it's going to level, like, the left is going after him on the progressive left. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The progressive left is going after him.
Oh yeah, they're gonna butcher him.
Yeah, the mainstream left is, they're like, okay, no, he's our best hope. He's our Obi-Wan Kenobi. I was gonna say Luke Skywalker, but he's 76, so he's Obi-Wan.
He's our Go ahead.
So
Yoda. He's our Yoda.
Yoda. Okay, yeah, he's our Yoda. That's good.
He's our Yoda.
I was like, I don't know where you're going with that.
I didn't either.
But yeah, so he's going to so the mainstream media is going out, like, they're like, yeah, Biden. The progressive left, they're going, he's for civil assets. Like everything that Spike just mentioned. They're hitting him on that. So I don't think that a 42-point lead isn't going to stick going into the primaries. It's just not.
Oh, no. That's coming down, but that is a commanding, and people know who Bernie is. So it's not even just name recognition. People know Bernie every bit as well as they know Biden.
Right. They do. But you do have a lot of older Democrats who socialism is rightfully a bad word.
Right. Well, that's true.
So that's where you're going to be getting your disconnect with them.
Yeah, boomer Democrats. They grew up that, socialism's bad now, but what we really like is Social Security, Medicare, Medicaid, food stamps, housing, cradle to grave nanny programs, and overwhelming and overbearing government that tells us everything to do, but not socialism.
So real quick,
socialism's bad.
So real quick, before we're going to get out of here. Vincent Harris.
Yes.
Apparently, I'm going to say we're going to possibly cover this next week, but I'm going to give everybody kind of a little lead into it. He asked if we could cover the potential law that's getting ready to pass in Mexico, that would lower the age of consent to 10 years old, which Joe Biden is very excited about.
Why?
Apparently the cartels are not influencing the vote for this. I will never go to Cancun for vacation ever again. Okay. And he says that it could possibly ruin North America if it passes.
10?
10. I mean, that's what that is what Vincent Harris is saying. None of this has been fact checked, so I'm going to have to look into all of it over the next week, but we will definitely fill you.
We will definitely cover that.
Yeah, we will definitely fill you all in. We got a $5 payment.
Did we?
Yes, we did.
From
Shane Sweeney.
He gave us money. Thank you, Shane Sweeney. I actually love Shane's guys, and I'm saying that not just because he gave us $5. I'm just busting his chops, but because I'm sure someone's listening that's like, man, what is wrong with Spike?
Right.
He hates Shane
He
a
hates
lot.
Shane.
Thanks. Now I'll have to pretend I hate Remzo Martinez again. Maybe he'll give us $5. This might be a thing.
Yeah.
Where we like pretend to hate people and they give us money.
And as of right now, Denver has not made a vote.
Yeah. I'm like.
Yeah. So I just wanted to look on that. But yeah. Just real.
Okay. So it appears that there was a pretty elaborate hoax that went on. I want to continue to say I had to look up this Mexico thing.
Okay.
So there was a bunch of I guess news outlets and commentators who tweeted, well, but that was last year. That the age of consent was raised to this was last year. Vincent, if you're seeing this now, I'm not seeing it anywhere else. There was a hoax last year that they had lowered it to 12. But it's actually now 15.
Yeah, he said Joe Rogan's got a podcast on it.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to.
Yeah,
Yeah, we'll have to look more into that. But holy God, if that's true.
Yeah. We're definitely gonna have to look into that. And
yeah.
I'm not seeing anything going through a quick Google search.
We'll look into that, because if that's true, that's a freaking nightmare. And apparently Denver's not going to make this choice while we're still on. So
right. No matter how much we try to drag this one out.
Yeah. So
I tried to look at how long we'd been on the air, and I was like, 15 minutes. That's not right. I'm like, oh.
Only 15 minutes we went on. So, and this is all, by the way, at a time when Donald Trump, according to the most recent Gallup poll, is at 46% approval rating, which for a Republican is pretty much at re-election territory. That's really all they need to.
He is, according to Gallup, he is higher than Barack Obama at the same point in his presidency.
Or Reagan at the same point.
Really? I didn't know that one.
Yeah, or Reagan. Now, if they do it a month later, both Obama and Reagan were doing way better. It was actually a low point for them during this time, whereas for Trump, it's a high point. But just the fact that he's in territory with two people who got reelected, I think the people that think he's going to lose are kidding themselves. I think, honestly, to me, he's a favorite to win. At the very least, he ain't out until he's out. Yeah. And I think people that assume that because he's acts like a prick and people don't, a lot of people don't like him, that he won't get reelected. If the economy's doing well and the left has spent most of their time bashing each other for 2 years, my money's on him winning.
Or they nominate Joe Biden
before they nominate the guy that they've been ripping apart for 2 years, and then go, oh no, he's our best hope. If he gets 47% of the vote, that's all he needs. That's all he got this last time, and he won. So I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Right. So I have a show tomorrow.
You do? Hang on, real quick. I just have to do this. I just have to do this one more time because it's just so good.
Okay, everyone.
Or we closing it out?
I need your help because
so good.
I just moved into this apartment a few months ago, and I flipped this switch, and it made that noise, and it scared
video of her sing
the daylights out of me. I am told this is a garbage disposal. I've never seen a garbage disposal. I've never had one in any place I've ever lived. It is terrifying. I don't know what to use it for or what its purpose is. Like food scraps? Like, is this environmentally sound? I don't know.
This is not real.
I never am getting real. I might make that my ringtone.
Just the whole thing.
Just the whole thing.
There's no way that's real. That's so like an over-the-top satire of her. I'm told this is a garbage disposal. Is it environmentally sound? I don't know. I do not know what to tell you, but that is sad and funny at the same time.
What's funny is, so when I was trying to find that audio, the video, so I could get the audio, there were news articles. There were news sources. There were sources that wrote things. I wouldn't really call them news sources as much as they would call us one. But they were talking about how they were really proud of her for coming out and admitting that the garbage disposal could be terrifying and might be a microaggression for people with PTSD and stuff like that. I was like,
for God's sake.
What? It's a garbage disposal, Elite Daily. Not that I'm calling out any news sources. It's a garbage disposal. Sorry. So tomorrow.
Tomorrow. I'm just posting a link for Vincent asked for a link, so I'm just pulling a link so we can look at it. It would be an epic remix. Yeah, the Shmayoho people should do an auto-tune of it.
Oh, that'd be
amazing. I am terrified. This is terrifying.
This is terrifying.
Anyway, so yeah, tomorrow I will have my first episode of My Fellow Americans since I hurt my back a month and a half ago. And I have a very special guest. Me.
I would have said you The listener or viewer.
Oh, you. Oh, that's way better. Let me redo that. I'm having a first episode of Muddy Water of My Fellow Americans since I hurt my back, and I have a very special guest. Me. No, it's you are my guest, America, and wherever you're from, Canada. I think Sweden. We got some Sweden people. Wherever you're from, the entire world, humanity is my guest. Come on. I'm basically I'm going to see how long I can sit upright before my back starts hurting again, and so I didn't want to subject a guest to that. Are you smoking a carrot? No, that is a
carrot marijuana pipe. No, this is a vape. It's orange.
It's a vape. It's a vape pen. We get it. You vape. We get it. You eat carrots.
Yeah. I eat carrots.
So yeah.
Too.
So that's funny. So my anyway. So that's what my show is going to be. I will be taking your questions and your thoughts, and I'll be telling you if you're right or wrong, which is what I usually do on my show. But I usually have a guest. But I didn't want to have a guest on and do all my prep work and then have to stop the show early because of my back or something. So I'm just going to ease back into it, and I'm going to just have a nice show with me and you. And then on Thursday, on Matt's show, The Writer's Block,
I have the lovely and wonderful and insanely intelligent Hannah Cox from Conservatives Concerned About the Death Penalty.
That'll be cool.
I'm really looking forward to having her on the show. Really excited about that. And then closing
that'll be really good. And then on Friday is the Shabbat episode that we have every week of Mr. America, The Bearded Truth, with the amazingly bearded Mr. Jason Lyon. And then have a great weekend and this is Mother's Day weekend, right?
It is.
Happy Mother's Day weekend, all the mothers out there.
Both of you.
And then on Monday, next week will be the week beginning episode of Mr. America, The Bearded Truth with Jason Lyon. And then check us out next Tuesday, right back here with me and Matt on the Muddy Waters of Freedom, where we will parse through the week's news and tell you about all the stuff that happened, including whether mushrooms are now legal in Denver.
I'm certain that you will talk about that tomorrow.
Oh, we'll talk about it a lot.
And I'm certain that Jason will talk about it on Friday.
Yeah, we're all going to just talk about it.
I'm not sure if it's going to come up in my death penalty talk, but started the song a little early.
Oh, okay. So, but we'll see. There's a way to shoehorn that in. I can maybe comment about mushrooms until you relent and start talking about it. So, hey. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great week. We will see you tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, and Monday and Tuesday. And where we're going...
No, well, if you want to find us online...
Oh, God, yes.
If you want to find us online...
Yes.
Other than the places you're already watching / listening, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/Muddied Waters of Freedom. You can find us on Instagram at Muddied Waters of Freedom. You can find us on the Twitter at Muddied_Waters. You can also find us on YouTube at youtube.com/Muddied Waters Media. Also, anchor.fm/Muddied Waters Media.
Yes.
Where you can donate to the show.
Yes, you can give us money.
You can give us money so we can continue to do this for you.
Yes. Anchor FM.
Anchor FM/Muddied Waters Media. And you can find this and every other episode at muddiedwatersoffreedom.com.
That's a great thing that we're on Anchor FM and our own website as well.
We are trending on Vincent Harris's podcast finder.
Oh, wow. See, this is what happens when you promote Anchor FM, guys. You blow up. We're rated number 16 of every podcast on earth right now.
SeekPod has you rated as number 16 right now.
That's the power of Anchor FM, guys.
That's top 20 right there, baby.
Top 20. Anchor FM all day long.
That's right.
No minimum listenership.
That's right.
So, guys, have a great week. We will see you soon.
Right.
And where we're going...
We don't need roads.